Hello then, gang, and welcome to Football Manager 2019. It is officially here. My premiere YouTube save of the beta is here as well. Liverpool, that's right. Notice that badges and faces will appear at a later date. But to be fair, there's already one face on screen, and it's this one. Not bad, is it? Look at me there. It says 27, younger than I actually am, which is nice as well. But obviously, I'll have a birthday in the September. But there's my little face. There's my manager profile. I've put my manager to be what it would be if I were actually Liverpool manager, rather than going at Sunday League level. I want the respect to the players early doors, you know, and here we go then. I think it's not bad, I don't think. It's got ears. It's not got headphones. We need to put headphones on him, really. Can we get that into next year's game, folks? Can we get headphones, please? I'm going to need that. But Benji then takes the Liverpool hot seat, and of course, as my save this year, I'm hoping to do well with it. I don't know how many seasons we're going to do. I'm going to kind of leave that up to you as we go further. Of course, I will have a main save coming later in the year, so if you want to stay tuned for that, make sure you do youtube.com/drbenjifm. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, viewers. Very important. And I'll be doing a giveaway later on. Stay tuned to the video. I'll announce that at the end, just so you can win a copy of the game. You know, we all want a copy of the game. So welcome to Liverpool then. I've been formally welcomed by Thomas Werner. Thank you very much. Not done a Liverpool save in a while, so I've not chatted to him for a while. I'm sure he missed me. We'll attend the meeting. We'll get this off to a good start. Hi, Doctor. Always like that. It's like the start of a bad joke, isn't it? Welcome to the Reds. I'd like to take a few minutes to welcome you to the club before handing you over to our assistant manager, who's going to discuss staff responsibilities with you. Thank you very much. Okay, great. Let's get started. Let's get the meeting going. Liverpool are obviously a club with a lot of history. Banging on about it already. Early doors. Good. Get that in there. The fans really appreciate it when a newly appointed manager has taken the time to increase their knowledge of the club. Oh, I love a quiz. Let's do a quiz. That sounds like a great idea. I'd love to learn more about the club. No, it's okay. The offer's much appreciated, but Liverpool are a club I've got a close affinity with, so I'm already familiar with a rich history here. But yes, good. Okay, then, so they want me to play possession football, attacking football, to sign younger players and to develop players using the club's youth system. Oh boy. I think that's all fine. I don't want to change any of that. That's something I'm well on board with. It's tradition to hold a press conference when signing in. Yeah, well, yes, of course. Yes, we'll do that. Thank you for answering the questions. Hand me over to the assistant manager. Lovely old job. Okay, thank you for the introduction to the club. Don't worry about setting up the manager with the assistant. I'll speak to my staff when I need to. I'll get round to that. There's plenty of time to be doing that. I don't need to chat to him right now. What I do need to do, though, is go a few bits and pieces then. So, of course, tactics induction. If you've not seen my Dortmund save, which I recommend, I go through all the tactics induction. There'll be less of that in this save. For very much about getting through the season this year and seeing how we can do and how Football Manager 2019 operates in the Premier League. I'm very excited to share that journey with you. So for this now, we'll take the induction very briefly. I think in terms of a style that we're going to play this year, there's two options really. The Gegenpress, which I guess Liverpool are kind of known for under Jurgen Klopp. Equally, the vertical tiki-taka, which I think is something that Liverpool are sort of going towards and developing. So I'm going to mix things up a little bit and go with the vertical tiki-taka as our first system. You can see there, like, the boys play the ball around, get the ball forward towards Salah, towards Mane, and hopefully link up with Firmino as well. You can see with that system, it's almost Liverpool-esque as it is. Of course, we could go with the Gegenpress, but I'm going to go with more of a vertical tiki-taka, and have Firmino as that pressing forward, trying to get in amongst things. I think that'll work quite well. So vertical tiki-taka it is. System-wise, I am going to go with something very similar to this, so we'll confirm that, and it'll bring me then to the team. In terms of mentality and all that stuff, we'll again focus on that later. Want to see it more in depth? The Dortmund save is for you. Now, what do we do with all this? Now, it says there, extremely narrow. I'm not sure that's something we'll go with. Again, as much as they do make a suggestion for things to do, there's things I can do to make it my own tactic, and I'll certainly be doing that the further we go along. Again, we're still going through some tactics, bits and pieces. This is why we did the Dortmund save, for this very reason. So then, in terms of our first 11... let's see what it offers us as we progress forward. If we go to the tactics screen, then you've got to open it up. There it is. Liverpool have got a pretty strong side, it's fair to say. I think Firmino will probably feature as the pressing forward. And obviously, with new additions, you can actually look at it this year on the game. If you look at the transfer history, you can see that Alisson Becker was brought in, Fabinho, Keita and Shaqiri, all brought in for mega money, £164 million spent. And luckily for us, we've still got 40 million in the transfer budget. Is there room for one more player? Maybe an attacking midfielder from Lyon has caught my eye. As well as being able to sell a couple of people, I think we're probably going to move a couple of players on. Looking through the squad as it is, I think Divock Origi, his time might be up, and if we go to the 23s, we've probably got Markovic. I think Markovic's time at Liverpool might be up as well. So if we can sell those two guys, get around 30 million for the pair, I think we'll be looking all right. So that's something I think we'll plan to do in the future. But I'm very excited. Can you tell? I'm buzzing to get a save going with Liverpool. I've not managed them for a couple of years on Football Manager, so we're back at it. Of course, this won't be everyone's favourite save, but hopefully you'll join me for the journey regardless. And we'll see how we get on then. Becker, of course, will be in goal, better known as Alisson these days. The battle between Klein and Trent Alexander-Arnold at right back is going to be really interesting. Of course, Lovren and Van Dijk probably going to be our back two, although Joe Gomez might push that pair. Robertson at left back, of course. Fabinho in that Regista role, although defensive midfielder might be more apt, deep line playmaker. I guess we'll see. Keita and Henderson, captain Jordan Henderson, of course, alongside Naby Keita, who's come in from Leipzig. And then that front three, the famous front three right now of Mane, Firmino and Salah. Of course, with players like Shaqiri on the bench, I still think we lack a player like that guy from Lyon called Fekir. I guess we'll see if we get him in. Of course, was rumoured to go to Liverpool in real life. Will we get him in? I guess we'll have to wait and see. But I'm very excited. Right, let's go to the inbox and go through a few more bits and pieces. New signings and transfer obligations. Of course, players out on loan. Danny Ings and Karius both look set to leave Liverpool. I think they probably will do, as well as all the other guys that have gone out on loan who are in our under 23s and 18s and things like that. So, continuing forward then, responsibilities at Liverpool. I've got a lot of responsibilities, which you'd probably expect. Of course, in terms of pre-season and training and tactics, I think I might go through training a little bit with Liverpool in the next episode, but we'll get our first game in the next episode as well. This is very much the introductory episode. If you've seen these videos before, you know all about these episodes. You know what this is about. We're just introducing you at the start of the game. You can see some of the major transfers in the Premier League. Kepa came into Chelsea, of course, after Courtois went off to Real Madrid, so that's a big signing. We've got our strengths and weaknesses. Mo Salah is the best of 7 players able to play on the right wing. That's a lot of players out on the right wing, if you don't mind me saying so. As we continue further forward, what have we got here then? Recruitment team, scouting. Again, we'll look through all of this at some point. Obviously, there's new scouting screens, there's new training screens as well. There's so much more in depth with Football Manager this year, and I'm looking forward to getting stuck in with Liverpool and tuning it to how I would like the team to play. Let's take a look, though, at the Premier League. I'm interested to see, as mentioned again, badges and faces will all be updated, where Liverpool predicted this season. Okay, second position, very similar to real life. Football Manager have it pretty even. Manchester City, the favourites for the league title. Liverpool just behind in second. Spurs ahead of Manchester United, Chelsea and Arsenal this year. Wow, really good for them. I'm looking at the Media Dream 11. 3 Liverpool players in there. Salah on the right-hand side, Van Dijk at centre-back, and Robertson out on that left-hand side. So we've got ourselves a very good left-back in Andy Robertson. Of course, some of the players in the game this year have been much improved on last year. Liverpool had a really good year last year, getting to the Champions League final, getting back into the top 4 in the Premier League. And Salah there, you can see, great finishing ability. Very, very fast. Looks like a much improved player compared to last year's game. He got a winter update, but he looks even better. Bobby Firmino up front looks very well-rounded. That's what you expect. Andy Robertson, of course, last year was essentially a new signing from Hull. This year has been given quite the boost. I mean, look at him there. For goodness sake, that is outrageous. He's very, very good. What do you make of Andy Robertson? Very good indeed, I think. Right then. And Jordan Henderson, of course, captain. Still pretty solid in there. Maybe not quite physically as good as he has been, but he's getting a little older. Naby Keita, another player to take a look at. Looks really solid. I've changed the colours, by the way, to yellow and blue. They're my preferred colours on the new purple skin. What do you make of the purple skin? Like it? Love it? Loathe it? I mean, let me know. Comment section. What are you making of the purple? And Van Dijk, considered the best defender in the world. One of the issues with Van Dijk last year on Football Manager was his heading ability. 18 this year. It's much improved. He's one of the most well-rounded centre-backs on the game, and the fact he starts with me, very, very pleasing. I mentioned a player we may well look at, Nabil Fekir at Lyon. I think we'll definitely have a little gander for him. I mean, how much money do they want for him? If we suggest the term, 60 million. Right, we'll try and work that out. We'll do that now, shall we? Let's go get in there now. So if we do 30 up front, maybe, and then instalments of, say, 20 million. So it's around £50 million, or maybe 45 million. We'll see what they say to that first. All right, so 15 million over 3 years, 30 million up front. We'll suggest that. They've not quite agreed, so we'll do 50. We'll meet in the middle and do 50 million, and we'll see what they say to that. We'll suggest those terms. They're pretty happy with that. Well, Nabil Fekir could be coming to Liverpool sooner rather than later. We might have to move a few of the budgets around to make sure we can get that done, and maybe sell a couple of players as well. But I'm really excited to get going. I'm genuinely pumped. Our first game of the season, actually, if you take a look at the old schedule, of course, new look schedule. We've got Barcelona in a friendly, lots of friendlies. We've got Torino, awkwardly, but in the middle of these Premier League games. I may well cancel that Torino fixture. I think that probably makes sense. But Crystal Palace, first game of the season. Next episode will be a little bit of a transfer special, as well as that game against Crystal Palace, as we kick the season off with the London club coming to Anfield. Very exciting stuff, viewers. Right then, I think that pretty much wraps up an introductory episode. I feel like I'm a little hyper, viewers. I don't know if you can tell. Football Manager 2019 2019 is here. The beta is out now. Of course, you can get it on Steam and other places too. And yeah, very exciting times for Liverpool. Hopefully, a good season on the horizon. I maybe we'll be putting in a few phone calls to some Liverpool players, Jurgen Klopp, to let me know what's what with Liverpool this season. So yeah, look forward to some future episodes. Hopefully, we'll have some fun with it. And I'll be seeing you hopefully tomorrow for more. If you enjoyed this first episode, do drop a like. I want to see some more. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And I'll hand over to myself to discuss the giveaway. But we love with care from Benji. Until next time, I'll see you again very, very soon. Goodbye. Okay then, viewers, if you would like the chance to win a copy of Football Manager 2019, there is a link to a tweet in the description which links today's episode. All you've got to do is follow me on Twitter, retweet that link, and be eligible for a giveaway of Football Manager 2019 with beta access as well. The winner will be announced this coming Sunday. If you're watching in the future, you've probably missed it by now. But hopefully you get involved, and as I say, link in the description, as well as everything else. Twitch, Twitter, I'll be doing lots of live streaming of this game as well. So twitch.tv/DrBenji for more information. I'll see you again soon, viewers. Let me know what you think of the game, the look of the game, and I'll see you soon. With love, with care from Benji. Again, goodbye. And as mentioned, if you want to check out the Dortmund save, there is a link on screen now. Click that, it'll take you to it, as well as my top 10 screenshots for Football Manager 2019, all available on this screen. Have a gander. Come on, enjoy yourself.